Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Overdrive Files, and we're all aware at this point the article that came out from the New York Times, with Walter Hamada, where he coined Zack Snyder's Justice League a cul-de-sac. It's basically a dead end. They have, DC Films has no plan to sort of go back into the Snyderverse with Zack Snyder and explore more of that. Well, Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin on Fat Man Beyond discuss this even more and sort of why Walter Hamada would even say it. So let's check this out and listen to these guys for a couple minutes here.
As for the Snyder Cut, DC Films told the Times that is a storytelling cul-de-sac, a street that leads nowhere.
Wait,
in other
who
words,
told you this?
DC Films told the New York Times that the HBO Max event, the Snyder Cut, is a storytelling cul-de-sac, a street that leads nowhere. In other words, the Snyder Cut is not part of the DC Films blueprint that's been discussed here.
Just out of curiosity, why would you
He knows
say
more.
that? Why would one feel the need to put that out there before this thing even happens? Because what if it, fucking takes the world by storm in March and people are like, we want fucking more and shit. What, they're saying like, no, there won't be more.
Here's also the thing, this is such a bad business practice for even Walter Hamada to even be outspoken like this. This is one of your overarching company's products, and he's basically dismissing that. No, we don't have any plans to explore it. It's just a bad business model to even have.
Because I happen to know that the ending that he's got for the Snyder Cut is very not a cul-de-sac. It takes it to a weird neighborhood, but it's not a cul-de-sac. You can keep fucking going with the story based on what I've heard from a friend. So
it's weird also, given the fact that most of the actors who are in the mainline DC EU came from that. So you're not going to recast Jason Momoa, you're not going to recast Gal Gadot. Right. There's going to be more Batman. Who knows? I still I'm uncertain about Ezra Miller going forward, even though Warner Brothers seems, locked and loaded and ready to go with him. So there's always going to be a strain of the Snyderverse because these are the actors who populated it. But whether or not they're going to give Zack more license to make more Justice League movies, I think is the maybe not.
But again, why say that now? I would hedge my bets and wait until March and the tale was told, because that way, if the audience, let the audience decide. If the audience is like, we want fucking more, man, then you don't have to go back on what you said. Apparently it's not a cul-de-sac. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Unless it was all a well-designed PR ploy to restore the Snyderverse trending. Which it was over the weekend in the sort of the post
interesting outlook.
The halcyon glow of this interview coming out, there was a lot of people who were like, restore the Snyderverse. We want more of this. Don't put it in a cul-de-sac. There's a lot more story to tell.
Oh, so wait, it wasn't. So the hashtag was not release the Snyder Cut. It's restore the Snyderverse.
Yep.
I mean, those cats got a lot accomplished with the release the Snyder Cut fucking hashtag. So if I was Warner Brothers, I'd pay attention.
Yeah, unless this was Warner Brothers' plan the entire time, which was to put out some incendiary piece of information and then stir the pot of fandom and then reap the rewards when the time comes.
Insidious.
Interesting outlook, and I would not put this past Warner Brothers to actually do something like that. Mark is totally, in the right to think that Warner Brothers would do shit like that, and he has the background in the film industry and being a writer and film reporter for I think the LA Times for a long time, and to think that a studio would do that, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, they know what fans want, and that there's a large group of us that want this, and to see Zack Snyder's vision fully realized. But also, I don't know, the stuff with Walter Hamada, I think I haven't seen enough of of what this guy's sort of done to, or I guess behind the scenes stuff, with, Ray Fisher's come out and spoken out against Walter Hamada recently, or I guess the last few months, really. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Walter Hamada to actually feel this way about Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's been in his role for, I think, 3 years at this point, just about. And if he wanted Zack Snyder's Justice League, he would have put it out there. So, I think there's a lot of people over at Warner Brothers that are salty over this thing. We know they're salty. And, this whole thing's being put out by, Warner Media and HBO Max. So I don't know. It's an interesting angle to look at it, the way Mark's describing it, sort of WB sort of stirring the pot and putting this negative information out there. And then the community, finds a way to sort of build a massive social media positivity, just of support for Zack Snyder's vision being realized. I don't know. It's an interesting angle. But why put those comments out there, 3 months before the movie even comes out? Being like a Warner Brothers executive, it's just weird. Like, if I said that, I would expect my boss to be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're putting this negativity out there. You're kind of speaking down about one of our products. It's really weird, man. It's really weird. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this, your thoughts and comments on sort of the angle that Mark Bernard is talking about. Kevin Smith talking about the ending, where this is definitely not being, the way this movie ends, it goes a lot of places. It's not just a dead end road with the way this movie ends. But leave a comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos. I'm Rex Overdrive. I'll see you next time.